Welcome, everyone. This is the Soul to Soul series. This is communicating with your spirit animal, finding out which spirit animal is the one you need in this moment. I'm Tara Diana, the Empowerment Medium, Spirit Essence by Tara Diana. Let me introduce you all to Nancy Brady, animal communicator, psychic intuitive, a beautiful soul connecting to the animals, both on both on this side and the other side. And I'm super happy to have her be a part of our series. So welcome, friends. This is a recorded session, and we are happy to have you here. Nancy,
Yes.
let's talk a little bit about what this particular mini workshop is about today.
So we're going to have fun. For those of you that know me, I'm all things, all animal, all the time. If you want to talk about spirit and animal, you float my boat. It's just how it goes. It's today we're going to learn what animal you need to work with, because all animals are energy. So it's the same as when we do our work with spirit, but we're actually calling on animal energy to help us for different things throughout our lives. We all have a master power animal that we travel with. But what we're going to do today is learn what animal energy do you need to work with at this particular time. Is it fair for me to just sort of give a quick explanation of the difference between a spirit animal, a power animal, totem, familiar? Is that okay?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay. So in my world, now each person is slightly different. Traditionally, a totem animal is attached to an indigenous culture. It's kind of been identified as that, but it's also more than just North America, because there's totem animals in different cultures throughout the world. There's Celtic totem animals. There's all of that. It tends to be more associated with a culture, whereas spirit animals are everywhere. It's all about guides who come in and help us when we need them, whether it be love, strength, support, inspiration, guidance. That's the energy we're going to be working with today. Your power animal is the animal that incarnates with you and is with you for your entire journey. They can be with you. There's, my particular power animal that I've worked with my entire life has been Raven. So we're not going to be pulling in your main master sort of power animal. We're going to be working with your spirit animals. And you're going to find that the terminology, depending on who you work with, is very interchangeable. So you might hear people say, oh, my master spirit animal is this, and that's fine, whatever. We don't need to be attached to lingo around this. Witches call it familiars. Right. So there's all sorts of different animals that come into our world and help us work with this. But today it's all about, who do you need to work with? Who is going to help you through a particular situation, lift you up, empower you, and do all of that. Any questions?
I'd like to point out that a familiar in paganism tends to be an animal that is here with us. So not so much as a spirit animal or an animal in spirit per se. They tend to be the animal we carry with us. So for example, the Harry Potter movies, Ron had a rat, Harry had an owl, and Hermione, I can't remember what Hermione had anymore.
Cat.
A cat. So you can say that people that have their own personal pets, our dogs, our cats, our ferrets, our birds, these can all be familiars in our space. They give us comfort, they provide us with ease. And I just wanted to kind of give a little bit of an insight into what a familiar is in that term.
Brilliant. Yeah,
Jive
thank you
with
for that.
us.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Tara. And a lot of the animal energy, whether it be, the familiar that's here with you, living with you, or whether it be an animal like a spirit animal, or even if it's an animal that's on the other side, you can work with all of this energy, which is what we're going to learn a little bit more about today. But today is going to be more about a spirit animal guide. We're going to take you on a little meditation, and then we're going to open it up to talk a little bit about the animals that you have discovered that you're going to work with, and then the elements that attach to them, because that's also super cool.
I love that. And remember, what what Nancy's going to guide you on the journey. Who better to guide you on a journey to your spirit animal than Nancy? And the intent here, you know, she talked about your master power animal. Most of us know who here that has their camera on knows their power animal, their master animal. Harbinder, you don't know? I feel like I have huge expectations of you, fine friend. Okay, so some of us know
Yes,
who our
sorry.
power animal is, but having said that, today, what Nancy and I discussed, what felt powerful to Nancy, was finding the animal you need to know who you're. Let me repeat this. What felt powerful to Nancy Brady was that you found the animal that you need right now. So based in the energy that you are in right now, the circumstances that you are in now, what you are working through emotionally, mentally, spiritually now, that was it. Because as Nancy mentioned to all of you, we can utilize different spirit animals. Different spirit animals will come to us at all times to help us through different situations. This is a blessing. So being able to recognize a new animal into the space doesn't mean you are replacing it. I have Badger as my power animal, and that is powerful and purposeful for me. And if you read what Badger is, you will be like, Tara's a badger. Okay, not a honey badger, a badger. But having said that, tonight we have a special intent and purpose with this. So please journey well, without expectation, without judgment of what you receive in terms of the animal, and know that they represent something that you need at this time. Because even though we're bringing in a spirit animal, spirit itself never lets us down.
Yeah,
Nancy,
100%.
whenever you're ready, gorgeous.
Okay, and I just want to answer, Missy and Amanda, you both said, you know, maybe you don't know, you're on the fence, and that's okay. You don't have to know who your power animal is right now. What we're going to do is we're going to just go towards who we need to work with. All right. Yes, Harbinder?
Question. I know what my power animal is. Actually, it's an insect, but that's why I didn't want to answer in a way.
That's
Yeah. Well, I'll say it. It's a stick bug. So
That's
that
awesome.
was what my power animal is. Yeah.
They're very,
And so the question is that just like our guides and who are with us, and that there's always the possibility of a change in the power animals too. Is it possible?
It is possible. As with my personal experience, your power animal incarnates with you and stays with you for life. But you do have many other animals that come in and out of your life as you need them and as you work with them. So don't be embarrassed that you have a stick bug as your power animal. That's an incredible little character. I love them.
My dad had a cockroach, so there you go.
Yeah, that's a cockroach is amazing. Like,
I know it is.
what a
He was
resilient-
upset though.
No, of course, because there's a stigma that comes with insects, but they're probably some of the most resilient, amazing little characters ever. So don't ever second guess that. But great question. Yes, they can come in. Our power animal, in my experience, stays with us for life, but you're going to have several hundreds, whatever it is, different animals and insects that come in and work with you throughout your entire life. So tonight we're going to tap into just one of those.
No, I just find it funny. It's just not embarrassed, but yeah.
Okay, good.
Thank you, though. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. All right, so let's begin. So everybody, mute your mics if you're not muted, and get comfortable. And just sit back, and I want you just to enjoy the journey. So we're going to take some deep breaths, a few deep breaths in and out, and just connect to the earth, your feet on the ground. Feel the deep, deep connection. Feel roots growing from your feet into Mother Earth, into Gaia, as we start to ground and connect with her. As we start to relax and we start to let go of everything from our day to day. We don't need it more. And I want you to envision a magical crown that you're putting on your head, exactly where your crown chakra is. And we're going to journey up through that crown. And it's going to take us to a beautiful place. It's going to take us to the edge of a beautiful river. And I want you to take a few deep breaths and just smell the beautiful forest and trees and water around you. And know that you're connected to earth and that you're balanced. You've released everything from your day that you no longer need. And I want you to feel an incredible, beautiful energy standing right next to you. And you may know who this is. And if you don't know who your power animal is, just feel their beautiful white, golden, protective energy standing next to you. Greet them and say hello. And notice as you stand on the edge of this river that your power animal has brought you a rowboat. And they've pulled it up onto the sandy edge of the river. And as you look up and over the river, you see a small, tiny island. And you hear the water gently rolling by. And your power animal invites you to crawl into the rowboat and to take a journey over to the little island with them. Know that you are protected and nothing can hurt you. And you start to row very easily and effortlessly towards the island. Listen to the water and smell the beautiful smell of the trees around you, the fresh air. You're just about at the island. It's taken no effort whatsoever. And you reach the shore of the island and you get off of the boat with your power animal. Pull it up onto the sandy edge. And your power animal guides you down a path. And you start to walk down that path. And as you walk down this path, you find yourself at the opening of a meadow. And there's a beautiful, big, glorious pine tree in the middle of this meadow. Your power animal asks you to go over to the pine tree and rest a little. And you walk to the pine tree and you sit and you lean against it under the shade. And your power animal says, "Get ready. You're about to meet who you need to work with right now." And all along the edge of the meadow and the trees, you can see something in the shadows starting to form. Who's among the trees? What do you see? What do you feel? And suddenly, the animal starts to come out of the shadows into the meadow and walk towards you. invite them in. Ask them to come stand in front of you, sit beside you a while. Who's approaching? Who do you see? They're now in front of you. And you reach out and you touch them. What do you feel? Do you feel fur? Do you feel feathers or scales? Is it a tiny insect that sits on the tip of your finger? Know that you have known this divine being for a long time. And they are here to help you now for whatever you are dealing with. And they are here to guide you and offer their wisdom and their energy. Thank them for coming. And ask them a question. What do they tell you? What do they show you? What do they make you feel? Now they have a gift for you. And the gift is a very specific message. Open your hand and your heart and your ears and receive what they're giving to you. Thank them for this gift and thank them for coming into your life to help you right now. And it's a time to ask them any last questions that you have, any concerns you have, any guidance you need. Please do that now. What are they saying? What do you see and know and feel from this animal, this soul? Thank them for the message and the guidance. Reach out and feel them one last time. Are they soft? Are they furry? Are they scaly or feathery? Know that your third eyes are connecting and your hearts are connecting. And you can call on them whenever you need them. You can come to this space whenever you want to speak with them. This is a safe place. Offer gratitude and thanks as they start to walk away back into the trees, or fly, or gently move. Become aware of the tree's energy as she encourages you to return back to shore. Your power animal is beside you. You get up and start to walk through the meadow back towards your rowboat, feeling much more enlightened and connected to the earth, to the tree, and to your new friend, the new soul who's going to be always there to help you. You reach the rowboat, you climb back in, your power animal beside you, and you wave goodbye to the island and the tree and your new friend, and you say thank you for everything, and you row back to the shore on the other side of the river. Know that this new animal is part of you, and they're only a call away. And as you reach the shore and pull your rowboat on, thank your power animal for standing by your side for your whole life, as your safety, as your love, as your guide. Offer gratitude. And as you are ready, focus on where you are in the room and coming back to center, and the feeling of your feet on the floor, and your heart and your soul back in your body. And know that you can return to this place whenever you need and meet as many animals and guides on the island as you wish. Take some deep breaths to come back to center. When you're ready, open your eyes.
Excellent.
Just a little quickie.
Beautiful journey, though. Absolutely beautiful journey. And a journey that you can use over and over again. Remember, the intention was to meet the spirit animal you need at this time. That time, circumstance, situations will change, and you may find that this animal, mythical, reptile, bird, whatever it is, may shift and change, or may stay the same. You may need this animal for many situations. May change, come back at a different time, right? New
Yeah.
animal, next situation, same animal, etc., etc. Sometimes it is literally about how you as a human spirit work with specific energies. So mouse might come through to Nancy for one situation, and I might have the very similar situation, and I might get crow. It is about who we are, right? It's about who we are.
I love that you said that, Tara, because there's so many, dragonfly can have a very different meaning for me than it does for you. And, you know, there's all sorts of beautiful books out there that pull a general theme of animals through. But at the end of the day, what are you feeling when you're speaking with that animal? What do you know in your heart? What do you know in your intuition? That's what the message is. You know, yeah, dolphin is normally all about play, but what is dolphin for you? What does it mean to you? And so whoever came to you in the meditation, it's who you needed at that moment for your highest good.
Does anyone want to share their animal? Were they surprised? Do they know what the animal represents? Or do they want to know? Does anyone want to share? Shannon, go ahead, love, and then Jeanette.
Okay, yes, I was genuinely surprised. And he popped up even before you said they're coming out of the woods right now. It was a raccoon.
I love that.
And what I got was just to help be adaptable to any situation, that I can get along anywhere I go. No problem.
Yeah.
And he gifted me a clear crystal, but I didn't get any particular message with that. Just it felt comforting.
Nice. Nice. I love that. And you can continue to journey later on, like before you go to bed, you can journal about that and what the messages are further. And you may find, I find sometimes when I do meditations, when I dream at night, the meaning is revealed in the dream or in the next day or two or whatever, right?
Right.
So it could just be that raccoons also like shiny baubles and he just wanted to give you something precious.
That is me. I was thinking it may be connected to a big move that I have at the beginning of next year that Tara knows about.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I'll be moving to the island, and I haven't felt any nerves at all about it, but who knows?
Well, as time gets closer, you may feel something. So, but that's immediately what I went to. The big move.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. That's awesome.
I see Jeanette and then Missy.
Hi. So my the animal that came to me, the spirit animal, was a moose,
Oh, I haven't had moose in a long time.
like a big female moose,
Here.
and she just walked right out of the forest. And she
Lovely.
gave me two messages: hang tight, and it will come to you. And myself, it is about a move that I've spoken to you and Tara about. So just that I'll know that when it's time, you know, that it will come to me, that when it's time for the big move for me.
I
Wow,
love
wonderful.
that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. The fact that it's a female moose is
Yeah.
quite significant as well.
Yeah, she had no antlers, and it was definitely a female. Yeah.
Think about how
So-
strong they are, right? Nobody messes with a moose.
Yeah. And-
Nothing gets in their way.
No, but she was very quiet walking, like you couldn't even hear, you know, just with her size and everything. But yeah, it was pretty impressive.
Lovely. I love that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay, Missy, please go ahead.
Well, I don't know what my spirit animal is. I've never done that exercise. So another day, Tara and Nancy. But when I was in the rowboat, there was a wolf. And then when I walked down the path, there was a raven. And then I got to the field and it was like a horse was coming towards me that turned into an ostrich.
Oh,
Like, what happened there?
I don't
And
know.
it
What
was-
did they tell you?
It was a very elegant ostrich, and she gave me a box of gold.
Cool.
I know.
So
I wish
what
you could see my face right now because I'm just quite in shock about the whole thing.
So what did you feel when you saw ostrich?
She was fantastic, but it was also kind of a relief.
Okay. So let's dig a bit deeper on that. Why was it a relief?
I have no idea. She just, it's like a weight was lifted. She gave me this box of gold, like it was all okay and done.
Okay, so can I say something here, please?
Yes.
Missy, you said an intention that you needed the animal to come in that would represent your situation. So
Yes.
wolf represents, in my world, family. Okay, I
Okay.
want you to stay with me on this. Raven represents signs to me. So it represents change and signs. Horse represents freedom to me. Always represents freedom. And then the ostrich gave you, you said the ostrich was female and it gave you something gold. Gold
Yes.
always means treasure to me. It means powerful, purposeful treasure. Now I want you to think about your situation with your, I'm going to just say this, your sibling, okay?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
So
Yes. You
let's go
know.
through that again.
Yeah.
Wolf means family. Raven, in my world,
Yep.
okay, this is how I'm perceiving yours. So wolf means family, raven means spirit, and or excuse me, means change and signs. Horse represents freedom, and the ostrich is a female who gives you a pot of gold.
Can I add to that, Tara?
Of course.
Ostrich is about being practical and grounded with new knowledge that's coming to you and analyzing the knowledge before you act.
Oh. Well,
So what Tara said and what Tara's representation of animals is very similar to mine. So that might tie that all in as a little pretty bow for you.
it is. It does. Thank you. Crazy. Crazy.
Why they pay us the big bucks, baby.
It's funny.
Can I just say something super quickly here? Harbinder stick bug. The message I got with it is what you see is not necessarily what you get.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that is like a mantra for you. I think I feel people underestimate you a lot when they first meet you, and they don't recognize the strength that you have within you. So I just wanted to say that at this moment. So thank you.
Oh, can I add what happened as well during the meditation?
Why not, baby?
Yeah.
Floor's open.
Yeah. It's funny. The stick bug was still with me. he was.
He's your power animal.
Yeah. And the funny part is that as we started the meditation, he was sitting on an elephant, and the elephant was right beside me as well. And then he pushed he lifted the boat and put it right where I needed it, and then he followed me all the way to the island. Followed the path, sat down by the palm tree. I felt like there's crystals around the palm tree as well at the bottom when I'm sitting, just the energy of it. And then I saw something that came out was a snow leopard, but it was a white snow leopard, and its spots or whatever the case is, I don't really quite remember what they look like. But I know it's a snow leopard, and it's got like golden shimmering spots or whatever, and so calm, so quiet. And then all of a sudden I was like lifted to the top of the most highest mountain and just sitting next to him. And the words that came out was what you just said as well. You see everything, but with no judgment at all. You hear that it's everything that is around you, and observe what you feel and sense around you as well. And at this point in time right now, what's been happening too, it really blend in with that, with the stick bug as well. So yeah, so that's pretty awesome. That's why I was laughing.
Snow leopard a lot about
I don't know if you notice it.
Snow leopard's a lot about opportunity that's arising, right? So if you can face fears, you can face demons, you're like basically slaying them and you're going to have success. And it's also about dealing with obstacles and being okay to do it alone, because they're very much a lone creature, right?
Yeah, because right on the mountain, you just see and observe everything that's happening around you, and it's just nothing bothers. Yeah, I felt
love
the
that.
calmness as well. It doesn't even bother. There's no reaction. Just
Yeah.
taking it in.
Swift.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Love
Thanks, Tara.
that. I love that.
Would anyone else like to share or find out a little more about their spirit animal that's working with them at this time? Donna, Amanda, you guys want to share? Are you okay? You don't have to share. You can just say no and shake your head at me. Ooh.
I
You
can
good
share a
girl.
little bit.
Okay, thank you, Amanda.
I don't know if, well, it was a cat that I saw, and it was a orca that led me to it, which doesn't surprise me because I've had lifelong dreams of orcas, so I've kind of always thought they're my power animal that I go to. I don't know if the cat was because I have my mom's cat, but I also always felt like I have a connection to them. And the cat didn't give me like a gift per se. It was the presence that felt like the gift to me, if that
Oh, I
makes sense.
love that.
Mm.
Girl, I love that. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, so that was basically it. And I think I was trying, that's how, yeah, anyways, it was the cat and
I
the orca.
love that.
Me too. I
Are
do.
you, go ahead.
I was just going to say, cat to me is intuition. Cat represents psychic ability, deep intuition. And whale for me means, whales are so big on, they kind of like wolf to me in a way when it comes to family, the pods, right? They're very attuned into that sense, but it's also about, creating your connection to the divine. And the cat is your intuition and the whale is saying, come on, connect to us. I feel as though they're saying to you, and this actually makes sense, Amanda, to the card I read for you.
Yeah, it does actually, to the card you read for me.
Earlier on Instagram.
Yeah.
That makes absolute sense that, hey, trust you, work on you because you're intuitive. You got to trust the intuitive. See how everything comes together, girlfriend?
Yes, it always does.
Trust spirit never lets you down. Cat for me, just to add to that message, is a lot as same as Tara, very magical, very spiritual, but also a lot about independence and that confidence within that independence. And orca is a lot about going with the flow and reaching new depths, but the pod, connecting with the pod, working with the language of the pod, the song of the pod, and singing your own unique song within that collective.
Okay, that makes sense.
I love that
Yeah,
so much.
Me too.
Thank you, Amanda. Donna, I'll give you one more opportunity to tell me to.
Okay, I will.
Okay, go.
I really struggle with meditation. My mind doesn't slow, so I find that really hard. So sometimes I'm not really sure if I'm seeing things or if I'm just kind of making it up as I go along, Anyways, when I first started, down the journey, an elephant came to mind. And so then we walked to the river, and when we were at the river, a deer came to me. And then when we went to the island, a snow white rabbit. And I didn't really feel like nobody really gave me anything, but I really felt love. Like I just felt this overwhelming love. So that was kind of what I got.
I'm going to let
Love that.
Nancy take the animal aspect of it, but I want to say this, and I want to say this as a teaching moment. Meditation is a tool, and each one of us do it differently. I give a great meditation. I can take you on a journey for hours if you'd let me, but I do not enjoy long meditations. My capacity for that in my human state is very little. And I used to chastise myself about it. I used to say, oh, there's something wrong. How can I be, the spiritual guru if I cannot meditate for any period of time. And what came to me was that even though my mind is very busy, it doesn't shut down. It continue. I make lists. I remind myself of what I'm looking for my next dinner. That's just the way I am. And I had to accept that. And so that I could realize, recognize, and respect that even though my mind was doing other things, I was still journeying. I was still
Yeah.
able to do what I needed to do. And out of that, I recognized that when someone said, "Would you like to share?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I didn't do it." That wasn't true. I could share. There was things that came out of my mouth that I could say, this is what I did while I was making my shopping list for next Tuesday. I still did the work. And I just want to put that out there to anyone who's watching this, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be, in the website, on the website. Meditation is different for everyone, and there is no right and wrong to it. And you don't need to go into these deep, deep states of being to receive and be rewarded. And that's what I'd like to leave before Nancy goes into the rest of yours. So
I just wanted to thank you for that. That makes me feel a lot better because it bothered me that I couldn't do it. So thank you.
of course,
I agree with Tara. I'm the same. I have to be kinetic. I have to do walking meditations. But both Tara and I are manifestor generators. So our brains are going a gazillion miles an hour. And you don't have to sit on the top of a mountain. Oh, it's just, you don't have to do that. It's just, I agree with Tara. So I'm going to kind of address each animal a little bit at a time. The elephant led you towards the first side, correct? So the elephant is traditionally, I just did an hour-long sort of journey with elephant about releasing past life knowledge, but bringing in sort of ancestral knowledge, ancient powers sort of that come in, allowing you to be in your best and biggest form of strength and knowledge and intuition that you're pulling in from ancestors, respecting all of the traditions, acting what's best for you. They're very good for guidance. They're very good for wisdom. They have incredible memory, both past life and current life. The fact that deer met you on the shore is really about, deer is all about love, absolute unconditional love, and treading with gentleness and treating yourself with kindness and ease and grace. And then the rabbit is very interesting because rabbit, as everyone knows, is fertility because they're very good at that. But they're also associated with a lot of luck. And it's very interesting because they tie in deeply to the lunar cycle. And as fast as they go, they bring in teachings of patience. Right? So you remember the story of the tortoise and the hare. So it's sometimes the fastest way isn't always the best way to get there. But if you can focus on rabbit energy, they're going to help bring those answers in. And the answers usually move fast. You're going to find that they're going to come to fruition within like a month or two because of their fast movement. But it's also a reminder not to go too fast, to slow yourself down a little bit and be kindest to yourself. That's where deer comes with a lot of that. And the fact that you felt such incredible love from all of them is no great surprise, because when these animals come forward to work with us, their spirits are just pure perfection. They're just glorious beings. They are just here to help us and celebrate us and lift us up. So it's a great message. I think that you had all three of them come forward for you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome.
You're welcome.
So for those of you that are watching this, take a moment, dive into your spirit animal. Google is our friend. They relatively all seem to kind of connect in the same way.
Yeah.
You have to just trust. Go with the one that resonates with you in this moment, because spirit will lead you to the right one. And then do a little bit of work with that. There is in April, Nancy and I are holding a in-person retreat in Burnaby for working with your full animal line. So learning how to connect to, you know, the animal that represents, like I said, your power animal, and you might know who that is, but that doesn't mean you know all the tools that come with that and how they relate to the animal for the love and the animal for balance and the animal for etc. etc. So we are going to work on a 2-day retreat on that powerful and purposeful work that allows you to build more tools and to use them. And we are incorporating that with the elements. So we talk about fire, water, earth, and air specifically, and spirit with animals. And we talk about them because it all integrates. It's Mother Earth, right? It's Mother Nature. It is the energy. So a little bit of homework for all of you guys tonight. What element is working with you right now? Is it water, which is mental and emotional detoxification? Is it fire, which is endings and beginnings? Is it air, which is release and manifestation? Is it earth, which is grounding and being present? Is it spirit, which is open to the hidden wisdom and knowledge? This is how we connect, and we allow ourselves to go a little bit deeper into situations so that we have more clarity and we have more focus. And by amalgamating the tools of the elements with your spirit animal in the moment, and you can have an element that you work with, and it's not necessarily your horoscope sign. So I'm Scorpio, I'm water, but if I'm to go into what element I work with metaphysically and spiritually, who wants to take a guess what it is? It's spirit. Right? I work with spirit. I'm not grounded, so earth energy and I don't really jive. So it's just spirit. So take a moment and do that. And if anyone is interested in that retreat in April, it's not a sleepover kind of thing. It is at in Burnaby at a location. It provides, you know, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the first day, and breakfast and lunch the next day. It's going to be up on the website shortly, but send me a DM. I will send you the special pricing for those that are interested, early bird pricing, so to speak, and we would move on from there. Is there any final questions for Nancy and I in regards to your spirit animal, or even if you want to do a quick question about the elements? We're good? No, Shannon, go ahead, boo.
Just one little one. Nancy and Tara, what comes up for you just when you think about raccoon?
Hiding behind a mask.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
So it's a recognition then?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because remember, this brings another point across. So thanks, Shannon, is that when immediately I thought of raccoon, I think hiding behind a mask. And she's like, hell no, that doesn't resonate with me because I've come out from behind the mask. So you have to be able to understand the message. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't go down that rabbit hole, excuse the pun, of okay, well, this is what it represents. Raccoon wears a mask. You have to be able to go deeper in that. And that's something that's why we do intuitive courses and classes and things like that, is so that we can learn how to interpret what is right for us. So celebrating that for you, Shannon.
And a lot of times, you know, you've heard of probably animals, and you've heard of people working through their shadow self to do their spiritual development. Animals will come to us in opposites as well. So it might not be the message of wearing the mask. It might be the message of removing the mask and seeing things for how they truly are. Raccoon's also about fun and family and community, and trickster, but they're super, super intelligent, right? So there's all sorts of ones. And again, that comes back to, what did you feel? What did you know when you saw raccoon, right?
Beautiful work, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. That will bring us to an end. Please be sure to follow Nancy and I on all our platforms, because we have all the platforms and we provide different things on different platforms. Nancy, how can they reach you?
Nancy Christine Brady, that's my handle on everywhere, my website and my socials. And if I can just plug quickly, I do a monthly animal journey meditation where I channel a message. Shannon's attended them, thank you. Where I channel a message from a particular animal. The next one's going to actually be with trees. I'm working with tree spirit, and it's going to be glorious. And then we're going to just, whatever wisdom, medicine you need to know to grow, to find clarity or heal, it's all brought through in there, and it's relatively inexpensive. It's only $15. So come and join us and have some fun.
And of course, you can reach me at Spirit Essence by Tara Diana on all platforms. And please join me for my Monday to Friday Spirit and Starbucks messages on TikTok. I'd love to see you on there. Thank you, everyone, and have an amazing, amazing evening.